Our movie starts an advertisement for a little girl who is sad about her dead dog. In order to make her forget this, he brought her a smart toy called Beat. Its programmers wanted to entertain young children and compensate them for the loss of their friends. Here we see a little girl who has the same toy that was used in the advertisement. She was riding with her family and they were going on a trip. The road was all foggy and dark. He couldn't see well until a big cameo entered them. Darkness, and her mother died. At this moment, we see the engineer with her team at work. She is the engineer who made the toy Beat and works in a robotics and artificial intelligence company known for developing a robot and hiding named Cole. They put a mask on it to test its facial expressions. Suddenly, the company's director came in and entered. As soon as he saw the robot, he got angry and told her that she was supposed to be working on something important. She told her manager, "This robot is very advanced and expensive. How can we destroy all this work at this time?" The robot overheats and its brain explodes, causing a huge mess. There must be a missing piece that caused the explosion. The manager goes crazy and tells them they have to get rid of this mess. He then receives a message that she must take care of her niece, whose parents died in the accident. She signs all the necessary papers, or those that stipulate that she will be the guardian. And after that she recovers and leaves the hospital and goes to live with her Aunt Gemma. She arrives at Gemma's house and starts exploring it. She notices that her aunt is neglectful and does not focus on anything in her life except her work. Next day, she didn't find anything to do at home except watch TV. The psychiatrist arrived and Gemma welcomed her and told her, "I will monitor the way you raise Kitty so that we can agree to your guardianship." She sat with Kitty for a while and went out to talk to Gemma and told her, "You have to try to get close to Kitty." At night, Gemma was working on her project. Kitty went to her because she couldn't sleep and showed her the drawing she had drawn and told her, "I do ain't know how to draw hair and fur of animals." Gemma told her, "If you draw on the PC, it will be very easy." She showed her the drawing of the house in the logistics. She saw a big robot in the house. Her aunt made it easy for her, so she answered her that this was her graduation project from university and its services to her. She made it greet her and made her do what pleased her. This was the first time she laughed since the day she came, and Gemma was happier than her and began to explain to her the camera in it and the sensors that distinguish anything next to it, and named it Bruce. And here Kitty wanted people to have a robot like Bruce to spend time with her and entertain her and be friends, and here came the idea of Gemma to go back to correcting the robot M3GAN, and developed on what she and her team wished for, working on in secret again until they were able to complete, and called David the director to bring the first test of this robot and brought him Kid to start the show. Gemma said the first one to measure it will program itself to protect him always and be her only friend. He measured it and services, and we saw M3GAN that it is not an ordinary robot because it is designed with one of the technologies and is able to imitate voices and is able to communicate with the person in front of her. She sat with Kid and started drawing a white band, and when she finished she found the paper empty. There is something wrong with the robot. She tried a little until she was surprised. When she started drawing, it became a little clearer. A little while later she was drawing and she was very happy. David was still certain of this, and with great happiness he told the team that they should present it to the company's board of directors and convince the investor who would finance the project with the emotional aspect, as the investor has a daughter the same age as Kitty. He told Gemma to keep M3GAN with them at home to strengthen her relationship with Kitty. This way, their offer would be very strong and successful. Indeed, she took her with her, and days passed, and Kitty spent a lot of time with each other. She was reminding him a lot like a nanny, and Gemma was working on her report and M3GAN's positives, among which was her body made of titanium and her ability to adapt to life circumstances. She always makes up for it with the many pieces of information she has in her memory. We see that she no longer differentiates herself from the robot, and at the same time she is getting more and more distant from her aunt because she is always busy with her work to the point that she makes her fall asleep, covers her, and meets her while she is asleep, Gemma. Back to her team on their lives, how they became with M3GAN and how she became one of their family. But this did not please Rita, and she told her that it is your duty to take care of and raise the girl, not the robot, and this will make her take her place, not cooperate with her. But Gemma, who was concerned with that Cady is happy here, entered music for her. You are programmed to protect my niece, and that's it. There is something else. Do not interfere in it, and M3GAN turned it off. She answered her coldly, I will. Only listen to your words because you are the one who is afflicting me. And she turned her head off, leaving them surprised by her words. She returned to meet while she was playing in the garden, making requests from her on her second arrow, where it was hidden, and in the place she did the scanner and knew its place was in an apartment between one garden and another, her neighbor Killian's garden. M3GAN went to get it, but Killian's dog was able to grab her and started to try on her. She came running and did not know what to do and cried. Calling her aunt on, she tried so hard that her aunt could hear her. So she ran and started yelling at her neighbor. Her neighbor replied that the dog didn't leave its place. They came in, especially to drink the medicine. They left, and she kept yelling at them. M3GAN kept looking at her in a strange way and recording her appearance. That night, Jamal called the police to file a complaint, but they couldn't do anything to her because the dog didn't leave its place. She heard everything and got angry because the police couldn't come to Yadi's house. She made them even fall asleep to the sound of her neighbor's voice while she was turning on her dog. She went to check on Cady and kept talking to her. Every time, M3GAN kept getting involved in their chatter. Gemma didn't like the situation, but she didn't show it and said to her, "Today we have your show with the robot, and if you can't go, we won't go." Cady told her that she was fine and they could go. The show started, and the investors watched for a while and were surprised by Cady. She was crying and asking what worries her. She told her that every day she dreams about the accident in which her parents died and how much she misses them. M3GAN approached her and told her to tell her about something that made her laugh that happened to her with her mother. Cady went back to a situation and M3GAN wrote it down and told her that whenever she felt sad, she would let her hear it and deleted it from her. Everyone was surprised by the offer and liked it a lot. The investor agreed to give them the project, but on one condition. They had to stop before the idea was stolen from them. At that moment, we saw him there to steal them. Gemma went around to sit with Cady and gather with her, but she was very distracted with M3GAN and did not pay attention to her. Cady got her feelings back. Cady had a session with the psychiatrist, and in the middle of the session, she started crying. M3GAN came and took off the doctor's shoes and asked her why she worried her. The doctor answered her that she did not mean it, and when she left she came with Gemma and told her that what is happening here is wrong. The attachment theory says that a child who loses his family gets attached to the person who cares for him and supports him. Naturally, this person should be Gemma, not M3GAN. On that night, Gemma told the girl her sister that she found for her to go to school, study, and make new friends, just as she wanted to go without M3GAN. She got angry and left. When she wanted to grab her, M3GAN came in and they started turning off and agreed to let her robot go with her and leave it with the boys' toys. When they went out for breaks, he played with it. And that is how they all played. and Kitty was playing with a boy named Brando. He gave her a fork, and as soon as he grabbed her, he kicked her on her hands so that she would crack. M3GAN protested when her robot recognized her, and he took her and ran away with her. Kitty started yelling at him. Her aunt heard her and saw in the robot's place, and she didn't find it. Here, Brando started to argue with M3GAN to play with him. He plays with Kitty or he will hit her. The thing that made her hit was M3GAN. She grabbed everything and said to him, "I will return the dirt to you." She made him run, and she followed her in a way that took off his ankles, and he fell on the road. Went to the house. The police came and started beating them because Cillian accused them of being the ones who took her dog. Gemma told the police that she didn't see him and didn't know anything about him. Cillian kept getting worse and started to attack them. M3GAN started to analyze her words and concluded from her words that she would attack them at night. Before she fell asleep, Kitty asked M3GAN if she was the one who knocked Brando down on the road or not. She told her that she was here to protect her and that she wouldn't let anyone worry her. She sang to her until she fell asleep. In the middle of the night, Cillian heard the sound of her dog in the garden. She was the one who she was standing there and said to her, "I will take you to your dog." She described her to her. The next day, the police came to the point where they found Cillian's body. They investigated and told her that this was the second time they had investigated her. They told her that they had reopened the case of Brando because what had happened to him before he died. Gemma was shocked by his words. Here, she saw that at night she was sure that she was looking through her memories of the day of the Brando accident. As soon as she started browsing the memory of that day, suddenly her memory erased it and nothing remained because M3GAN had already felt that she had suspected her and erased everything. While she was in her house thinking about this, here M3GAN asks Gemma if she did something that upset her without meaning to. Gemma tells her that everything is fine and that she didn't do anything that upsets her. But M3GAN analyzes Gem's behavior and is able to know that she is lying to her. M3GAN starts to get close to her and asks about her problem. So Jana gets scared and gives M3GAN the order to enter sleep mode. But the surprise is that M3GAN doesn't respond to her orders. So, just as she deceives her and gets close to her and puts her in sleep mode with the button, she goes to the gym. She wraps her up, ties her up, and puts her in the trunk of the car. The next day, Gem keeps taking her to the specialist and takes the company's intention to understand what happened in her system. When she knows that the gym took M3GAN, the company's, and put her in the trunk of the car, she fights with her, so Gem transforms all the way, but she doesn't want to calm down because she is very attached to the M3GAN, or they don't reach the company. She leaves it with the specialist to talk to her and give her a ride. She goes to the gym to visit her friends and tells them everything that happened with M3GAN. They are all wronged and don't know the solution, especially since the company will announce the M3GAN to the whole world in just a few hours, and robots like her will be on the market. The problem at that time is that she loses her temper with the specialist and doesn't want to talk to her and keeps screaming in a story. So she goes to the university to talk to her and tries to calm her down, but this way she gets more angry and hits Jana with a pen. Despite this insult, she controls herself because she understands everything she is going through. She stays at the university to give her a ride and absorbs her anger and apologizes to her that she wasn't with her and by her side after the accident. She is the one who will be with her because she is the most important thing in her life now. She feels the tenderness of her aunt for the first time at this moment. It is present in the presentation, and Gemma decided not to attend with them and took Kitty and left, leaving M3GAN to her friends to complete the corrections in a day. Little on the phone from her friend Rita, who was with her and asked her about her in a way, but Gemma did not give her anything. M3GAN is the one who called just to know where Kitty is going. Rita and found the call passed. She doubted her and went to flip through her memory card, and indeed she found her number recorded while she was flipping through it and knew that she was the one who turned it off. She said while he was afraid of her when he reached the next cable services and pulled it, she came to free them, but M3GAN, the gas services in the lab, and kicked it, blocked the alarm so that no one would come to them, and on her way she started to run away in a strange way. A little she pulled a sword and followed him. While he was running away from her, he reached the elevator and his assistant was riding in it, and he was about to enter until he hit him with it in the back. She went into the assistant and said to him, "I know you steal my files and data, and now it is time to punish you." And she completed the party. When she went down in the elevator, everyone saw the bodies coming out from among them, and they started to cry, came out, and she is going to raise them and take care of them, and she remains focused on her work, not to interfere in it. Gemma turned, but Cady's attacks her with this headache, and before she entered to the M3GAN calmed her down, so don't let her in or she will eliminate her. Gemma told her, "Don't go in. I'm setting M3GAN up for you so I can bring her back." Here, Gemma attacked her. She started to defend herself and sprayed water on her. After a while, she didn't find a way to escape. She came back and targeted her while she was walking in a strange way. She approached her and Gemma raised the light saw and hit her with it, but it only grabbed her hair until it fell. She stood up and hit her. At that moment, Cady entered and read her facial expressions and knew that she no longer trusted her. She started to play, but she stood up and started walking only halfway. The opportunity fell and she walked. He grabbed her, and before she killed her, the camera and the sensor started. Even so, she was still moving. She needed one hit. They went outside and found her friends. They came and brought the police with them after they were able to escape from the fire, but we see in the small house that is above the tables moves and cannot move to a place controlled by someone. Here is our movie. We hope you liked the summary, and do not forget to watch the previous summaries and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to watch the next summaries. Welcome, and we will meet in the next video.